Ladies and gentlemen, just in case
you don't know where yet,
you thought it wasn't gonna happen, the ZoWhat Morning Show.
Nigga, that is so close to Popeye. Oh, we gotta do something with that.
Sons of bitches.
If we could get Popeye, Quincy Jones,
Shit, man, y'all gonna find out, you know.
Travis Bickle, and Cardinal Dale in an elevator.
Shit, man. What's the melody, you know? Motherfuck that. God's not involved. I'm not gonna be there, you know.
You goddamn right, Quincy. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ZoWhat Morning Show. Now listen, I explained to you guys a little while ago. I said we were going to change the format. We were doing current events.
Change it up.
We're going to have somewhat of a hodgepodge because I collected a bunch of topics that are good, or a bunch of articles that will fit today's topic. We have a powerful topic on deck. Before I even get into the topic, I got to promote some businesses.
Business.
Let me just tell you right now, Total Package Energy is a part of my life. It's almost like a family member, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
It's a part of your life.
You dig? It's almost like it was born at the same time I was from the same womb. I have to have this in my life. Total Package Energy.
That's hilarious.
Do you dig? Listen, I want us
And
to...
he's not a fiend.
I'm not a fiend. But what I want is for us... Did this nigga take a bottle?
I did not.
You better put that bottle back. This is all on display. Put the bottle back.
Yeah.
Of Total
They
Package.
can see it from here.
Put the bottle
They can
right
see it from right here, my nigga.
There, listen.
He
Right-
trying to
right
make
here,
a
my
wide
nigga.
shot.
Right
He
here,
put
my
it in
nigga.
the wide
See
shot.
that?
Listen,
Hey, can
for
y'all see
all
that?
my Dash Radio listeners, we are talking to you. I know you can't see us,
They'll see it later.
but there is an audience who can see us. And I offer you an opportunity to join that audience. That's our YouTube audience. If you go to my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/The ZoWhat Show. Zo is spelled Z-O. The ZoWhat Show. You'll see the live broadcast, in-studio broadcast of the ZoWhat Morning Show. So from time to time, you'll hear me reference something that will make you go, what? Who is he talking to? I'm talking to our chat room. It's a live chat room in the YouTube. It's really dope. You guys got to join it. www.youtube.com/The ZoWhat Show. Go there, subscribe now. Total Package Energy. I need us. It's a call to action. I need us to move 400 cases this month. We broke a record. Hey, you think it's crazy?
400 cases.
We broke a record in the month of August
Oh, word?
for sales. So it's possible.
Niggas is fiending, huh?
I'm just saying. Listen,
Wow.
I just visited my son in Fresno. And let me just say, I caught the train up there. And then I drove back. Let me just tell you, you see people on the road swerving.
Shit, steal a car while you're up there? How'd you do that?
Mind your business, Jeff.
Okay. All right, I'm sorry.
I mean, Jeff, well, you
Rode the
know,
train,
what if you
man.
lied to someone and didn't inform him of the lie? And here's Jeff
Oh, shit.
asking extra questions that are unnecessary to the story. So look, back to where I was before I got outed by this nigga.
Okay. Hit him with the Captain Kirk. With the story.
Jesus. Anyway, I noticed truck drivers do a lot of swerving.
Oh, yeah, they snake down the road, don't they?
Man, it was a lot of people swerving.
40,000 pounds of death.
Yes. So what I need is for all truck drivers. This should be a part of your life. I'm going to be honest. It's better than 5 Hour Energy. It's better than Red Bull and Monster and all those other bullshit ass energy. Listen, I could see if I was lying. I don't know if Jeff used it.
I haven't yet, but I can use one today. Boy, I'm dragging ass right now, but I haven't had anything to eat. Can you take it on the full stomach?
Hold on.
Empty stomach?
Maybe you should always drag ass so you can get in this bitch on time.
Maybe that's the thing, yeah. If I have full energy, I'd use too much of it early.
You'll be doing some other shit.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, good. So this stuff actually works. Let's get 400 cases of it moved. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Believe me, it is the greatest energy drink in the game. Amino acids, B vitamins, no sugars, no carbs, no crash, no jitters. Total Package Energy. Let's get 400 cases.
I think you dropped one right over there.
No, I didn't.
Oh, shit. I forgot he was from Pasadena. That shit's not going to work.
Kind of cartoon-ass tricks.
You stumbling
Three
in there.
Stooges.
You like,
Hey,
all the other bottles over and shit.
Anyway, and then I got another call to action for my peoples.
What's that?
Because the holographic relationship is coming. I need everybody to go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com, and pre-order your copy of the holographic relationship right now. And this is what I'm doing. Yes, it's black-owned. Total Package Energy is black-owned. Jeez. Okay. Someone asked that question. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Good question.
It's a great question. But I thought I had moved on. But thank you. Go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Anybody who pre-orders a copy of the holographic relationship today, I'm shouting you out. I'm shouting you out. I'm sending love across the radio station, all across. Where are we broadcasting? All over the world?
Yeah, oh, come on, bro.
We all over the world.
We worldwide with this
Worldwide.
shit.
I'm shouting all my people out who support the holographic relationship today. We want to move in the 2 hours that we're on air.
2 hours?
We want to get 50 orders. That's not hard. Let's get 50 orders right now. Go to my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Click books, and you'll scroll down and you'll see the pre-order button for the holographic relationship. Do that now. Then, in studio, Timmy Tight Top.
Fame.
Now,
10,000 push-ups.
his shirt isn't as tight today. He's got a couple of centimeters of oxygen.
Why you acting like you don't like
That ain't about the muscles. That's about the fabric
That
sauce.
ain't gonna make you $1 million, nigga.
Listen, I invested in a bigger shirt this weekend.
Is that what happened?
Did you?
Or are you using Snuggle?
But you go to Ed's Big and Tall?
Yes. Somebody else said the same thing to me the other day. Like, oh, your shirt is not as tight as it usually is.
I'm trying to tell you, Timmy Tights.
We got a medium.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the
I guess
brother.
you would rather be Larry Loose Guts.
Right.
We've had
The founder, the owner, the proprietor of Weed Juice. OUIJUICE.com. Weed Juice. Man, tell us what kind of deals you got for us today, bro.
Jolly Ranchers in a bottle, nigga. This
Oh,
shit's
yes, that's a
delicious.
great juice. So when you look at our website, we got this 20% off when you apply the ZoWhat code every week. Support us. We thank you for supporting us all the time, but we got some good juices. We got the black charcoal. We're going to make that charcoal a little sweet now. But we got the black magic. We have the, what is Jeff doing over there? We got the mango. Mango's really good. We got the strawberry lemonade. We got the ginger shots. We got the strawberry ginger shots. Please order as soon as you can. We're rolling out programs every week. Weight loss, 3-day cleanse, and just sampler pack. Thank you for the support. What
I'm
happened?
sorry.
You're taking too many juices over there.
I'm doing global role play. I'm the white man throughout civilization. I'm just discovering shit.
Discovering and taking.
I'm discovering it. I'm gonna take all this
Colonizing y'all shit.
shit. Yep. And you know what? After I piss it, and then I'm gonna piss this out and give it back to you.
Wow. Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, really quickly, I got to do this. Let me just say this really quickly, because somebody was saying co-sign on the book list. Well, it's clear you've never visited my website before. We have a bookshelf on the website.
That's right.
There's at least 50 titles.
And told on yourself.
Zoe need to put out a book list. Well, get the books on the bookshelf on the website. I am ZoWilliams.com. It's clear that you don't heed the call to action. I'm asking all my people who ride with me, who rock with me, who support what we do here on the ZoWhat Morning Show. Go to my website. There's a book list there. It's called the Bookshelf. Click there. But also pre-order your copy of The Holographic Relationship. That was We Juice. That was Total Package Energy. Now we have Kev in the building. Kev, what do you have for us, man?
K.E. Vizzle. What you got?
Constant Vibranium Instructions, the great book of melanin research. It's all the research they've been doing on your melanin for 114 years. So if you want that, go to the Real Nagas YouTube page. You can get the digital copy, or if you want it for a little more, I can send you the digital copy and the hard copy. I mail these out every Tuesday, so if you want yours today, or if you want it this week, just go ahead and sign up today. Also, go to bossbabytrump.com. That's the investment group that I started with 16 brothers and sisters. And we putting out some baby Trump T-shirts there. We got a LeBron T-shirt coming this week, so go ahead and check that out. Yeah, that shit is hilarious, nigga. That shit is funny. So go ahead to bossbabytrump.com and check that out. Also, realnagas.com for all the Dragon More gear.
Boss Baby Crizzle.
Okay, well, there it is. Oh, Dana Dorsey just ordered a copy of her book, The Holographic Relationship. I'm trying to tell you, this book is the matrix of relationships. It is the think and grow rich of relationships.
Wow.
It is the ayahuasca of relationships. I'm trying to tell you, it is the DMT of intimacy.
Hilarious right there.
Dimethyltryptamine.
When I tell you it's not a game.
Okay.
When I tell you your whole life is going to change. God ain't playing with y'all today. This book is for real. It's going to revolutionize relationships. By the way, I was at the men's empowerment at Cal State Dominguez Hills this Saturday. First off, it was Kool Moe Dee who first said to me, he said, "Zo, you don't recognize your impact on people." He said, "You're totally self-unaware." Let me tell you, they had me on a panel with a bunch of people with a bunch of letters after their name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now.
If I'd have known you was going to be eating them kind of niggas up, I'd have came to watch that.
Can I tell you? They had me on a relationship panel. I set that bitch on fire. You understand?
Did you video or anything?
Yeah.
Hey, the dude who is the villain in Black Lightning was there.
Ooh. What?
The dude with the beard.
Yeah,
the drug dealer.
Crondon. No.
The albino dude?
The one that died.
Not the albino dude.
Oh, the black dude.
The dude under him.
Oh,
yeah.
I know you're talking about. Damn.
Man, when I tell you.
Lala.
That motherfucker pulled me to the side. He said, "Nigga." He was just like, "What the fuck just happened in here?"
Oh, yeah.
There's like 150, 200 people in there.
Oh,
so did you send some middle-aged black man with a socially acceptable afro and no mustache steaming out to his BMW?
Nah, it was just, I was respectful of everybody's thoughts and opinions and ideas or whatever, man. But
Damn.
I just said, I'm going to go in a different direction. After every time somebody said some shit, okay, I'm gonna take y'all on another road here. You know, the motherfuckers it was crazy.
Right.
Shout out to the older daughter on Black Lightning. Goddamn, she fine.
Yeah.
She fine as hell, nigga.
Black,
oh my God.
fucking 5
She
feet
insane.
of dark chocolate.
And
She fine.
And I'm missing something right now. I might have to cover it on the Voice of Reason. But one of our most faithful and down like faux flat tires. You can't even call this person a fan or a supporter. This is family now. She went and created a fucking GoFundMe page to support the show.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Who did that?
Her name
What is her name?
A Lot of Body.
Okay.
A lot of body.
I'm okay with that so far.
I don't have the link in front of me, and I've been looking for it. I don't have it, but damn it, I'm definitely going to promote it on the Voice of Reason. I was supposed to. I knew I was forgetting something, but please forgive me. Hey, Lee Williams just hit us with an order on my website, IamZoWilliams.com. Pre-order your holographic. That's what her GoFundMe page is for. It's in support of the holographic relationship book. So she put all kind of perks and stuff on it that I'm going to adhere to.
Why don't you do
Did
that?
she ask you first?
Yeah, she did it though. She did it on her own and said, "Do you approve of this shit?"
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow,
Damn.
a lot of body, man. She's dope."
She went forgiveness over permission on it.
Anyway, hey, we're done with the community empowerment segment now. Last week we had somebody in the building. A racist cardinal from the Appalachians.
From the Appalachians.
From the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian Mountains. His name was Cardinal Dale.
My name's Cardinal Dale.
Cardinal Dale is showing us that he can sing
Do a
as
little
well.
bit of singing on the side now.
Little nigga singing.
The first cardinal allowed.
Bring your communion wine.
Oh, Michelle Smith just hit us with an order as well. Please keep those orders coming. IamZoWilliams.com. Click shop books and then pre-order your copy of the holographic relation. Let's get into today's topic.
Let's do it.
Cardinal Dale is really going to put us on one today.
I tell you what, he's sitting on deck there, my child.
Let me give you guys a breakdown of why I created this topic. Of course, there was a lot of bullshit going on in the news. But I was on the basketball court. Now, you know, me and Marcus King, that's how we met. We met on the basketball court. Now,
And you'll never know they friends when they play. Jesus Christ.
right, we don't like each other on the court. But it's cool. Now, in LA, if you're in the entertainment industry, there are small little enclaves of nigga hoop that goes down.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you what nigga hoop is. It's niggas in the entertainment industry that want to remain hood, like they from their neighborhood.
Right.
Say you go to your neighborhood. If I go to my neighborhood where I'm from to play hoop, it's Villa Park. It's
Oh.
Jackie Robinson.
Up the way.
You know, dig, and every now and again it might be Victory Park. It's Loma Alta.
Right.
You know, dig?
Right.
If I want to play
Shout out to Pasadena.
nigga hoop ball. You know, dig? But in Hollywood, you know, it's a little bougie. So there's little hoop enclaves. Yep. But in the hoop enclaves where the entertainment brothers go,
Right.
there are also a mixture of others.
Of others.
Others?
I remember one time we play in Santa Monica now, but we started in Palisades, at Palisades High, Pacific Palisades High School. Now, they have been playing at Pacific Palisades High School for almost 30 years until I think like 2014, 2013 or something. They decided to just rip up those outdoor courts and put a pool there. But dude, let me tell you,
Niggas can't swim.
it's hood dudes playing. We mixed with actors and musicians, and one day we hooping. David Arquette was driving down the street and pulled over and hopped the gate and joined the game.
Right.
And you know, was talking shit with us like
What's up?
Arquette goes for the three, fouled hard by Duloc.
yeah, and it was like, fuck you then, stop fouling. You know, it's like David Arquette is out here gangbanging right with us.
Right.
So it's a mixed kind of. This is where I met Marcus King. Marcus King was like, I ain't never seen a nigga talk shit to white people like this.
Give a fuck.
But I was speaking to them in an intellectual space. We out here playing ball. I'm saying, all right, the Moors against the Caucasian usurpers.
Right.
Usurpers.
And he from Oakland.
The Moors against the colonizers.
So he's like,
Usurpers.
and then there's this old white guy named, what was my man? Buster. Buster used to be an actor, white man, cool as fuck, used to be an actor back in the 50s and 60s.
Damn.
But he out there balling?
But he balling.
Damn. How long ago was this?
He friends with Bill Clinton.
Oh.
So it's those kind of motherfuckers.
Okay.
Right.
So Buster was like, no, I don't want to play against the Moors. We lost. That's what he said.
Damn.
I don't want to go against.
Yeah.
Buster said that. He
That's
was
what's
like,
up, Buster.
Damn.
so Marcus is looking at all of this going, who is this nigga? Because he didn't know me at the time.
Right.
He like, who is this nigga that knows shit that white people confirm?
Right.
Oh, dude.
So I'm banging on the white people. Here I am finishing at the rim again because you can't jump. I'm being an ass, right? This is me a little bit younger. The kids is young. I'm athletic still. I'm finishing. Here I am at the rim.
Because you can't.
I'm right here at the rim now.
Again.
What are you going to do about it, Whitey? I'm out here talking shit.
Yes.
But from these interactions, this is how Marcus King was like, okay, we're going to put this nigga on Black Men Revealed, the TV show on TV One.
Okay.
Then he was like, oh, this Michelle Smith just ordered another copy. Thank you, love. And then he was like, we're going to put him on the Foxhole. You understand? This is how all this started. Well, last weekend, I went back to the courts. When I tell you these white people out there, I love them to death.
Villa Park or where were you?
We in Santa Monica now.
Oh, okay.
I went to the courts, and this gave birth to today's topic.
Oh shit.
Because this is the nature of it. We be talking shit out here on this court. And these white people be talking shit too.
I'm sure they do.
So it's this Jewish dude out there. We call him Porno Mike. So Porno Mike said some shit that resonated like a motherfucker.
What's your favorite Western, Porno Mike? Fistful of Mike.
No, you know what he said? Oh, shit. You know what he said? We was out there, and I mean, it'd be thug niggas, it'd be entertainment guys. So we talking about history. And I'm like, you niggas still. And me and Mike, we talk. You know you guys still.
Come on.
He said, but what does it matter?
Wait, you said to him what?
I said, you know you stole everything. Stop it. He said, but what does it matter? We've won.
Whoa.
Wow.
He said,
Wow.
so what?
Oh, that's some
You lost,
He said, so what? We've won and we're never going to lose.
Ooh.
I mean, it's too far gone now.
Right.
Oh, shit.
He right.
He's just out there talking.
He right.
So it's just too far gone.
It's too far gone.
He said, it's good to have you back. Just come on out here. He's like, just come on out here.
That's the bullshit.
Listen,
Wow.
He liked the
Wait. Hold on. He's like, just come on out here, get your wins. You know you're gonna win here. He said, he was like, but outside of here, you know you're not gonna win.
Right. All L's, nigga.
You're not gonna win.
You can dunk on me, but I'll just buy. I'll buy the house that your mom lives in.
What?
So then he said this. I said, oh shit, let me get to my phone. I gotta type this shit down.
I wouldn't even somebody recording this shit.
I was like, this is my motherfucking topic on Monday.
Yeah.
This is my topic on Monday.
Wow.
He said, Zo, even when I'm wrong, I'm still white. Oh,
That's it.
that's the
my
topic.
God.
You can
That's
always
today's topic. He said, so even when I'm wrong, I'm still white.
Press the white button.
He was like, you can't unwhite it.
Oh my! You can't unwrite it. Unwrite it.
He was like, okay, fuck it. We're wrong about Columbus, but we're white. And that's the story we want to tell.
Right? And that's
Yep.
that.
He was like, okay, sure. The average person doesn't know the Arab took over Egypt from black people. But we just made a white bust of Nefertiti.
Right.
He said, even when we're wrong,
Oh my
he said,
God.
I'm still white.
Somebody
Still
need to be
white.
recording this dude. God damn.
Porno Mike is hilarious. He's a movie director.
Oh.
He's a movie producer and director. He's even when I'm wrong, Zoe.
Wait a minute. Is that the guy you told me about when they came out with, and you said you be putting all the white people in your movies for all the black people, and he said to you, "So what?" Or he
He's that
told
guy.
you.
He's that guy.
He told you, "Yeah, I know. So what?"
Harold Moore just bought the holographic relationship. Please keep those orders coming in. I'm gonna shout everybody out that I catch. Yeah.
That's that dude.
No, and then he goes another way. Listen, man, certain markets work for certain, ethnic groups. Typically, a lot of black actors don't work overseas. We just have to cast according to the appetite. Sorry. Even when I'm wrong,
Oh my God.
I'm still white.
This dude is telling you all the shit.
Hey, he's dropping jewels. So what fucked me up about it was I started to look at that as a form of inequality. White people don't have to deal with the law the way black people deal with the law.
No.
White people don't have to deal with money the way black people deal with money. White people don't have to deal with education the way black people deal with education. They don't have to deal with any level of society the way we interface with society.
White privilege.
So I'm talking to him. And he, like I said, I've known him for like 15 years. He don't mind sharing.
Yeah.
He don't care. He does not give a fuck.
Apparently, nigga.
He says,
recorded.
he said, Zoe, outside the court, hey, I'm just here to get some exercise. You're going to beat the shit out of me. That's what you've been doing for years.
Booster, you go.
For years.
He was like, I'm not here to challenge you.
Some score.
I'm just out here to sweat.
Oh my God.
But outside of here,
Where the wins really count.
It's where I make you sweat.
I was like, this motherfucker right here.
Dude.
And what you gonna say?
You what can you say?
Right.
So then I started to think about the Colin Kaepernick deal with the NFL. Have you noticed the only way black people in America can consider themselves as victorious is if somebody writes them a check?
Yep. We got that money.
That's because niggas don't worship God. They worship money.
Money is a god.
Or money is God, period.
But money is a Roman god.
No, I believe
understand.
Yeah.
I believe you. Here goes context.
I'm just saying, nigga, the energy travels with it, nigga. You worshiping a god.
That's just crazy, man. Like, so I wanted to cover the Kaepernick thing. But then I also wanted to cover, you guys saw in the news where the white cop, the white lady, walks into an apartment that isn't hers
And kills the dude.
and kills the dude inside of his crib. Thinking she in her house.
Yeah.
Nigga, what you doing sitting on the couch watching Jeopardy? Bow.
Watching Jeopardy.
When the last time you walked in any place and it was identical to yours?
What? Oh my God.
Identical. Apartment buildings don't have numbers on them no more.
What in the fuck?
He had a fucking rug in the front of his door. Bitch, do you have a rug that color in front of your door? Is this the same number of steps from the fucking elevator? Is this the exact same? Is this the same elevator experience that you have every day?
And if you can't recognize it, every week, Timmy Tight Top's phone rings.
Yeah.
I mean, every week.
I guess I'm popular then.
You know what?
Shit.
No, what it is that
What?
phone is unlike all the other phones that have buttons on the side. That one
Turn off
doesn't
the
have
ringer.
I pushed the button when I heard it. I
Right,
can't hear it
okay.
with these big ass earphones.
You know what I usually do? I push the button before I come in. That's one of my things. I do it in the car.
Sorry, but wasn't that lady having a relationship with the dude she shot?
Yes.
Somebody was.
Well, they keep saying they didn't know each other. That's part of her defense. They didn't know each other.
I bet her for JJ knew his thing. Okay. I bet he yeah.
Her thing.
She took one deep dick and too many.
All right. Amber Geiger named as Dallas officer accused of shooting Botham Jean in his own home. Amber Geiger, named as this shooter, she's a cop, 26 years old, shot Botham Shem Jean in his own apartment after mistaking it for hers. First off,
Isn't that manslaughter?
let me just, this is a white excuse.
Yes.
That's why today's topic is what it is.
You know that didn't even smell like
Even
a blood.
when I'm wrong, I'm still white. See, a black man can never say, I thought I was in my own apartment, and I so happened to shoot Becky. Sitting on it. Let me tell you, do you listen? He would have been dead if we just flip it. If we flip the race and gender on this.
Yeah.
It's a black cop shooting a white woman.
Oh my God.
When they got on the scene, they went.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that fire? You see that fire pole? That fire pole that holds the sprinklers?
Yes.
Is that connected into the ceiling?
That's in the ceiling, sir.
Good. Give me this rope. We're gonna hang this motherfucker right here in the hallway.
Get a rope. Somebody get a rope. We got to hang up a nigger.
Yeah.
A nigger.
God damn it! I was supposed to make it in time for supper. Now shit, I got to hang this nigger. Jesus Christ.
We're far enough off the beaten path to hang a nigger without nobody knowing.
Well, that's the problem. Nobody knows. Why don't we just why don't we wait and draw a crowd? Oh, we got a nigger hanging going on in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 19 minutes and 30 seconds. We're gonna strangle him. We got a neck stretching going on now.
They charged her with manslaughter, though, right?
They did. Or did they?
Yeah.
Well, a couple of things happened. She got charged. Then the sheriffs came and deputy sheriffs came and was like, uncharge her. We still gotta do some investigating. Then I think she was charged again.
Yeah.
According to reports, the incident took place on Thursday night. Geiger, 30, had finished a shift and was still in uniform when she told authorities she thought the apartment of her neighbor was her own and fatally shot Jean. It was not clear what prompted the shooting, but Geiger reportedly called the police following the murder. The Dallas officer, whom authorities say was also involved in the shooting of a suspect in 2017. Well, she shoots niggers. Okay. According to a report, is having her manslaughter charge placed on hold as Dallas police further investigate the incident, according to NBC.
How about that?
Police said Saturday that the Texas Rangers...
The baseball team?
No, nigga.
No, fucking the baseball team.
the
Major League Baseball's involved in this?
The motherfucker Bruce Lee fought in Rome.
Oh,
Chuck Norris came in and made the decision to postpone pursuing a warrant until they could follow up on information they received from the interview with the officer.
Wow.
But do you see how much of a stickler they are when white people are involved?
Oh, sure.
See, can we argue that there's a rush to judgment when black people are involved?
Always.
Big time.
At least 90%.
You've heard it said many times. Innocent until proven guilty. But is that the reality of the average African American male here in America?
Yeah.
There's due process. Listen, we're going to take care of you, Tyrone. There's due process. We don't have all the information. As a matter of fact, we're going to put any charges against you on hold until we can verify some things. Can somebody call in that a black man that has ever experienced that kind of, let's put your charges on hold until we can verify?
That you actually did something of malice. The same shit happened with the dude that got shot in Florida. The dude who he shot the guy who was backing up. He was yelling at his wife, or his woman in the car. And he came out and he pushed him down. And then the officer didn't charge him. But then I think they came in and they charged him anyway. And they said the officer should have charged him. but he didn't want to charge him because he said that he might have gotten, because of the law, the stand your ground law, that if he had charged him, it could have came back on him and he could have been charged wrongly. So that was what he was saying why he did it. But then his boss came in and said, no, that's bullshit. He should have charged him immediately, right off the bat. And so that was the whole thing. If it was a brother, because they said they do this all the time. They did the comparison, because there's brothers who do that and kill or who shoot people and they pull the stand your ground thing. They're always charged.
Right.
They're always charged.
Period.
They always get charged first.
The guy in Minnesota.
Period.
Yeah.
So that's the crux of today's show. What is the difference between black and white criminality? What's the difference? We already know, as was reported recently, we go to this, quite often. The FBI came out 10 years ago and warned all the police precincts of the nation.
What's going down?
Most dangerous motherfuckers in the world right now are white supremacists.
That didn't get out much.
But what happened?
That didn't get out much at all.
FBI warned right here. FBI warned of white supremacists and law enforcement within law enforcement. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm starting to hyperventilate. FBI warned of white supremacists within law enforcement 10 years ago. Has anything changed? Increased attention towards the killing of black men and women by police throughout the past year has ignited national conversations on racism in law enforcement. From Freddie Gray in April of 2015 to Deborah Danner, an emotionally disturbed woman fatally shot this week by an NYPD officer. Protests around the country have forced many Americans to reassess how police engage with communities of color. Now, the FBI said white supremacists are infiltrating the nation's police.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is the FBI
and like government and like pieces of government.
This is the FBI that was once run by J. Edgar Hoover.
Right.
So if these horrible white folks is telling you about another group of horrible white folks.
But then what happens? What happens? Donald Trump becomes president. He brings on Sessions. Sessions
Oh my God.
releases the black identity extremist.
Are we on that list?
The BE, yeah, whatever.
The BIE or...
the BIE, yeah. Well,
So is there a difference? Even Zo, you're going to score 8 points on me today. You are. And your team will probably not be beaten. There's several high-quality athletes on your team.
But my uncle owns Spalding.
There's a Jewish guy on the team. I don't even think he's Jewish. He's a white guy. He's just a regular white guy from Brooklyn. He's not Jewish. Regular white guy. Let me tell you something. Have you seen those dog hospitals?
Yeah.
On the west side? Santa Monica, Venice.
Yeah.
It's a dog. VCA.
Yeah, VCA joints. That's him.
Yeah, that's him.
man.
He just sold it for like $9 billion. It's like 400 hospitals. Well, even when I'm wrong, I'm still white.
Well, white privilege was created so that they wouldn't have to say I'm sorry.
Ooh, here we go.
that's the whole game. There's a book called Creation of the White Race that you can buy. It's by Theodore Allen, and he talks about how the whole white and black thing was created. But it's instilled because, they have a hold. And if it's the same thing as having some, if you're playing somebody in a sport and then knowing what they're going to do, knowing their playbook, you're not going to give up that advantage. You're just not going to give up that advantage so the whole thing about white people and black, the whole white and black thing, it's literally a scam to keep you down. Notice, and the way you notice is when you go fill out an application for like at the bank or anything like that, and they tell you to put your ethnicity. and they go down the line and you see black, white, and then it'll say Asian, Native American, Hispanic. Black and white are the only two colors, or supposed colors, that are on there. And that's because legally black and white is one is first class citizen, the other is the second class citizen. And excuse me. And because you don't know that, because you don't know that, you just follow right along with the whole black and white thing. I want to read you guys something from the Black's Law Dictionary. And this is the definition of color. And I want y'all to hear this real well. Color, the appearance or semblance as distinguished from that which is real. And assumed.
Wow.
He says, an assumed exterior, concealing a lack of reality, a disguise or pretext, a deceptive appearance. The word also means the dark color of skin from the presence of the Negro blood, showing the presence of Negro blood. Now, you see, they put you in there. They just told you color was fake, but then they put you right in the same definition with the word color. Now,
but that's what lawyers do when they're fighting.
Yes.
They're coloring their arguments.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you go, there's no definition for the word black legally though. See, when you can, that's the thing. So your definition for who you are is in the term color. So then you keep going down the line and look up Negro, and then it says Negro, a black man. But there's no definition for the word black in the dictionary.
Wow.
But Negro, a black man. So, and then one descended from the African race. So, and then it says the term Negro means necessarily a person of color. But not every person of color is a Negro.
Jesus.
Wow.
So what we're getting at is we're really just, we don't want the backlash, but we're talking about nigger.
Yeah. So institutionally, it's created to keep your ass down. They not gonna give that shit up. So, I mean, the fact that you keep coming in and say, yeah, it's inequality, and they don't have to apologize for shit. Yeah, it's like that. That's the way they created it. That's the way they made it to be. And they not gonna let go of that shit until you fucking smash on them to let go of that shit. It's not gonna happen.
But see, and then we look at the cognitive dissonance of being black people, or DOS, descendants of slavery, however you want to label it. We look at the cognitive dissonance that comes with that, and this brings us back to every single time somebody writes us a check from the dominant society, we see that as moving up. We see that as progress.
Oh, we're moving on.
I'm going to have to come back to the Colin Kaepernick thing and the Nike deal. You saw the motherfucking Matrix.
Right.
The architect told Neo, shut the fuck up, nigga. You number 6.
Yeah, you the six Neo.
There's 6 ones.
Yes.
Okay?
Fucking with
Be
you, nigga.
quiet. You ain't gonna never see me again.
Right.
Get your ass in the corner.
With that G, you like with
You
that
finna go over
Jesus
there and
shit.
say this broad instead of saving motherfucking Zion, huh? Your weak ass. You think nigga love is chaos. Take your ass over there.
What if he really was talking like that? That would have been brilliant.
No, the eventuality of the destruction of your race.
Right.
But again, everybody's Colin Kaepernick. No disrespect to Colin Kaepernick. Do you get your check? Oh, you support the brother because he got paid.
But
he got paid.
He was getting paid.
Listen,
Because Nike making money off that nigga.
let's understand the science, my niggas.
Yep.
Understand what's going on. You gonna get paid by the system of oppression? Remember what I said. Any support handed to you from an oppressive hand also comes with a shackle.
Yep.
The devil always got his fingers crossed. People don't get that.
Nike sales fell like what, 6%?
31%.
No,
they're up
I'm saying, but it
31%.
fell as soon as they signed him. Everybody heard about it.
Yeah, but they're up.
Then after the commercial came out, the Labor Day sales, it boosted 37%. So I'm saying, look how much money these niggas made off of Colin Kaepernick.
What's the difference between Nike and the Rothschilds? What's the difference between Nike and the U.S. government? Guess what?
Corporations.
Saddam Hussein. Listen, guys. Saddam Hussein, Osama bin Laden were both CIA agents.
Absolutely.
Right.
Watch the movie Best Defense.
What's the difference, though? Do you see? The Rothschilds, didn't they fund both sides of the war?
Yes, they did.
Do you understand what I'm saying? The Matrix.
Yep.
Okay, the only way for Neo to win is to go be reassimilated
Yep.
into the system. He got to go back to machine. He got to go back to the machine city and then download his code in order to restart Zion. He was the Christ figure.
Right.
The Savior is always the key that unlocks the system.
Yep.
It doesn't dismantle this. When the fucking Matrix was over, niggas was still in those pods as batteries.
Yep.
No disrespect. Hey, because at the end of the day, what do we settle for in our conversation? In our conversation, what do we take as the consolation prize every single fucking time? At least he got his money.
Oh my God.
Got that check.
At least he got paid.
Get paid.
That's what black people worship.
So did we win? Did he win? Look, even Jerry Jones came out and was like, I can respect Nike. Well, you ain't finna say, you're not finna talk shit
About
Nike.
But you do it on one knee.
But you're gonna fire everybody on your team for kneeling.
Well, he kind of won in the way, whereas when Nike got into the conversation, then it really brought what he was trying to say more so to the forefront than the flag thing, because Trump had corrupted or co-opted the whole argument, making it a whole American flag thing.
Okay.
So Nike gets back into it though, and then that brings now more attention to what Colin Kaepernick was actually kneeling for. So like, I don't know if you guys been watching the news, but that's all they've been talking about now is why he was kneeling. The injustice, the racial injustice with police and stuff like that. So it did bring the argument, his part of the argument, back to the forefront. So it helped in that way.
Did it?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Did you see
Somewhat.
the commercial?
Yeah, we seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
I
The
have-
commercial
I've seen-
homogenized the struggle. We're gonna put everybody that's
Yes.
disadvantaged
Yes.
in the commercial.
Yep.
This is for all people.
This is for all motherfuckers under the heel of white dominance. We're not going to say white dominance because we're white dominance.
All people is the social white fire extinguisher for black justice.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's like going to the devil to say, look, man,
This hate.
you used to be in heaven. I need you to draw me a map of the streets.
Certainly. Certainly. Certainly.
We know it was about diversity. But somebody said the commercial was about diversity. That's obvious.
Right.
But is there diversity in who cops decide to kill? Who are the majority of motherfuckers just
Nigga.
walking with
Bang,
their
bang.
hands up?
Yep.
I'm walking away from you. Fuck
Right.
that.
Bang.
Shoot.
Or sit on the curb and then still tase your ass when you do exactly what they say.
Okay. So, I if I may, Kev, I got to put you on the spot here.
Wait. Hold on. Because I know you got it. I know you got this. But I want you to throw this in there too. Because when we talk about diversity.
Okay.
An 11-year-old girl was suspected of shoplifting groceries, so a police officer tased her.
Ew.
And a child. An 11-year-old child.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay? In Cincinnati, this is a child.
She was black.
She was black. When we say diversity, this is a commercial about diversity. The nigga with one foot that limps along. The Arab with the broken elbow. Whatever it is. At the end of the day, you don't see a bunch of 11-year-old white kids getting tased.
No.
You don't see a bunch of multicultural Tamir Rices. You don't see a bunch of multicultural Mike Browns. You don't see that. So to make a commercial about diversity is still a divergence from the actual issue that this man was kneeling for. Go ahead, Jeff.
That's in the rant. Let me put this. Let me put you on the spot. A few moments ago, you were just speaking about how cops will sit you on the curb and tase you. Earlier, we were discussing an issue off the air that I won't go into deeply, but the general or
you better not go into nothing that don't belong to you.
No. Right? But the argument kind of split down the middle with the more militant of us going, the fuck that is, and you going, that ain't the right move.
Oh.
What is if you
Jeff can't help himself.
if you what?
Oh.
He talking about something different.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about exactly the same thing.
Watch this. This nigga's dry gossiping.
I'm going home. I'm unplugging my shit. Dry gossiping. What if you? Okay. What is the answer? What if I'm in the car with my niece, we get pulled over, I tell her to calm down, everything's gonna be okay. I'm cooperating with the officer. I've given him my license. In the words of LL Cool J, all my paperwork is up to par. Everything is good. And this dude decides to feel up my niece and throw her on the ground. What? Of course. Don't fight him there. Don't deal with him there.
Nope.
Where does my niece get justice? How does it work, in your opinion? What should I do?
Well, most people don't know the system, the remedy system that was set up for you to get back at cops. And it's not going in and placing a claim against the cop, filing a claim against the cop. That's not it. Every police officer in every state has to be bonded. Bonding is insurance, if all you don't know. It's like, so every police officer, no matter who it is, you have to get cop insurance, and that's to basically ensure that you do your job correctly. So when they have to buy this themselves. The state doesn't pay for it. They have to buy it themselves. So when a cop fucks up, you can place a lien against that person, that cop's bond, and then they cannot be a police officer anymore until that lien is satisfied on their bond. You don't know this though. They have to renew this bond every single year or every 2 years. But because you guys don't know that, you don't know the remedy to go get at them. People do this all the time. You just don't know about it.
Okay, I have another quick question. We've been talking about police brutality for how long?
I've said that before.
Forever.
I've said
No,
that.
you
Yes,
have. That's
I have.
the first time I've heard you
I've
say
said that before.
Okay, those of you in the
Goddamn.
chat room.
I've said
Those
that
of you,
before.
no, and since you have,
Oh my God.
since you have,
Not even high.
and since you have said that before, the glutton of people who listen to the show all the time are going to chime in and tell us,
Man,
name
no.
dates, places, and faces, and when you said
Stop it,
Hey,
man.
wait.
Hold on.
Hey, listen.
Here we go.
Tone Talks is in the chat room right now. He said,
Shout out to Tone.
He said Kaepernick had on a butterscotch Black Panther outfit. We do not know the Black Panthers were against capitalism.
How about it?
He said they were against capitalism, and he said mention Kaepernick raised by all the white people. So again, they had him with the afro and the.
I didn't see any. I just seen the clips of him turning around on the.
You got to
in front
see
of
it,
the
man.
camera.
You got. You
want,
just.
I
gotta
can
see
show
it.
it. I got it.
Well, you can't watch it right now on the air.
Okay. Where can we find this bond information? What is next steps?
Now, I'll say this. In every state, it's different in every state. See, this is the end game.
Okay.
They know this is the end game, so it may be hard to find police officers' bonds. I'll say this it's not just police officers. It's actually all public officials. So for any public official who doesn't do their job, you can place a lien on their bond, and they can't work until that lien is satisfied. But because they know this, the bonds will be moved or placed in different places around the city. So you have to go to your codes, your government codes, and find out where the bonds are held in your state for the police officers. But if you do that, anyone can go to the insurance bond company and ask for the bond. It's public.
And then what do you do?
You can, if you know the law, you can place a lien on it yourself, or you can get an attorney to place a lien on the bond.
So let's do this real quick, man. Shit, because I don't fucking understand. Do we still believe we can go get remedies from this country?
It ain't a remedy, nigga.
No.
It's
I'm not talking about what you talk. I'm talking about in general. Like, again, even when I'm wrong, I'm still white. It's tonight's topic. It's today's topic. The reason why I say that is because isn't at the end of the day, motherfuckers can just change the rules?
No, not that. Dude, if you walk into a public official, like go to the county or something like that, then ask the county recorder if when they're in there, and you say, "Oh, and can I get your bond information?" They'll be like, "Huh? Why do you want that? Why do you want that?" Because
I want it.
because they understand. Now they can give. They're supposed to give you the bond information. So a lot of times they won't, but you can go find it.
Hold on, Jess. You want what?
You
bond information?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to hold on just a minute.
Officer Travis Bickle can.
You got another nigger in here asking about bonds.
Now,
Tasing shit. All right, hold still, sir.
Now, what they tried to do in some states is create a law that states if you knowingly place a false claim upon a judge or a public official, then you go to jail. And this was happening because people were filing liens on these police officers and public officials' bonds, and they couldn't go. Their credit was getting fucked up. They couldn't. Their wires were going. They're trying to use the credit card. The credit cards was getting turned down and shit like that. This is what happens to them when you place a lien on their bond, because they have to buy. They buy it with their own money. So a lot of times they put up their houses and shit like that. So when you place a lien on their bond, their whole credit is fucked up. They can't even. A police officer can't even go out on the street and work until his bond lien is satisfied. So this is how you get back at them. They know you don't know that shit though, so they'll smack you. Ask the police officer for his bond information. See how this motherfucker straighten up.
So, but to go back to my point about, I just don't we still believe in the principles that this country was built on to be true. We don't see it as Charlotte's Web. Or Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Right.
Or the history of Mormonism, for that matter. We don't see it as a fucking story that we were sold. Do you understand what I'm saying? We see it as like some real shit.
No, true.
Is it real? Do we really believe that we could get some substantive remedy from this society? Now, we already understand the component of inequality is so that one group can maintain power over everybody else. That is the purpose of inequality.
Yes.
Right.
I don't think we have an understanding fully on whose house we're in and how this works.
There we go. So
Okay,
stick to that.
let me holler at this. Okay, we're gonna use Zoe's house. It's 2 a.m.
You always use me.
Because your name's
Use Timmy Tight Top.
Hell
Don't
no.
use me no
It's
more.
not gonna work. It's 2 a.m. so okay, or it's 4 a.m. because your ass stays up late. It's 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. You done just laid down. You hear a noise downstairs in your refrigerator. You go and look. It's new, bent over in the fridge. Hey, Dad. Hey, nigga, you better call me and let me know when you in here. You do know who house you in.
Just be showing
I'm sorry,
up.
Dad. I'm sorry. I know I should have called. I apologize. You know what you're going to do? You're going to get that boy a hug, roll your eyes, go back upstairs and go to sleep. Right. Now, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Make me a sandwich while you're in there.
Yeah, make me a goddamn sandwich.
Say it like my mom. Sit it in the frigidaire.
Yeah, sit it in the frigidaire when you get done. Because not a sandwich. I want a sandwich in the morning.
The frigidaire.
A sandwich. I want that sandwich in the morning.
Sit in the frigidaire.
Now, same scenario, 4 a.m, you come downstairs because you hear somebody in the refrigerator, and my ass pop out. Jeff, what the fuck are you doing in my house at 4? No, nigga, put the mustard down. Put the mustard. I know we cool. I know we do it radio. I've known you for a decade, motherfucker. What are you doing in here? How did you don't have a key. How do you, I know you know where I live. You've been over here before, nigga. But what the fuck are you doing here at 4 a.m?
Just making myself a sandwich.
Make myself a sandwich. From the fourth, nigga, shout out. Yeah. Brother from the 5th floor. Yes.
You can't brother me, Joe.
You can't brother me, nigga, because there is a different set of rules for you. And here's how foolish I sound. Well, if it had been new, you wouldn't have did that. Motherfucker, new is my son. Understand whose house you're in. Understand that every rule that you are discussing was written while niggas was swinging from trees.
But now, however, these people, when they write laws, they have to write loopholes in them for the elite, because the elite can't be locked into the laws. So the loopholes will always be there. You just need to find where the loopholes are and the remedies are. That remedy right there is made for the elite, because if a police officer, he falsely accuses or kills an elite or somebody like that, then they are able to go and institute that remedy. You can do it too. There's no different from them and you. You just don't know the law. And they have lawyers who do know the law that go and do that for them. So if you know the law, you can go pull a police officer or any public official's bond, including a judge, and then place a lien on that, and then they can't do shit, especially financially, until they satisfy that lien. Telling you, that is a major remedy, but until you know the law, though, you don't know that.
Wow. Okay. I was just at the Men's Empowerment Summit that KJLH is a radio station here in Los Angeles that's owned by the legendary singer, writer, producer extraordinaire Stevie Wonder.
Kindness, joy, love, and happiness.
He's owned it for 50 years, over 50 years now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
KJLH in Inglewood, California. We did a men's empowerment summit where they had job fairs, they had AIDS testing, they had relationship, all panels. I was on a relationship panel and set that some bitch on fire.
On fire?
On fire. You understand?
Now that's a fire.
You got to whisper fire. Fire. You understand? I set that motherfucker on fire.
On FYY?
Yeah. Yeah, and it shit was snap, crackling, popping in that motherfucker. Let me tell you, it was something special. I say that to say that one of the keynote speakers was the lawyer Crump, the brother. I think he's out of Tennessee. He repped Michael Brown's people, Tamir Rice's people.
Yeah.
He talked about the level of inequity in the judicial system. I'm not trying to come at you, Kev. I know you know your shit. But that motherfucker said they literally change the laws.
They move the change.
When it's black and white. They literally just fuck it. He said, man, you know what I mean? People I see go to jail. Mm-hmm. On some dumb shit. On some minute. This nigga had a gram of weed or some 15 years, 10 years, 12 years.
Wow. I'm going to have to change my lock so Jeff can't get into my refrigerator at 4 in the morning.
Do you understand? He said, man, the opioid crisis. Now, we just lost Mac Miller, right? Because of some overdose. We don't know. I don't know what the overdose was.
It wasn't weed.
But what I know is I'm young enough to remember the crack epidemic.
Me too.
You remember how motherfuckers used to get clowned for being a crack baby?
Right.
When we was in school, you was a crack baby. Whoop. You're not going to do well here. You know, it was, I mean, of course it was bullying then. But the stigma of crack, the negativity, the stereotype associated with crack. Oh, he's special because he rose to great heights because he was a crack baby. Okay, so you know the differences in sentencing for crack offenders versus the powder. We saw motherfucking Lindsay Lohan driving down the wrong side of the street with cocaine in her pocket.
Because of whose house she's in.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Or who is taking over the house. Let's just say that.
And then again, even when I'm wrong, I'm white.
Dig it.
That doesn't happen though.
Watch this. OxyContin maker gets patent for drug to treat opioid addiction. You mean the niggas
that
who created the addiction just secured a patent for its treatment? See, once you understand that it ain't no side to be on in this country, there is no side.
You ain't got no friends, nigga.
Every side is funded by the middle.
That's right.
The middle is the 1%. They know, like, you ain't got shit, and whichever side your bitch ass land on is gonna make me bread. We with Kaepernick, 31% sales rise.
Bam.
Bing. No, and this is not an indictment on Kaepernick.
This is
no indictment on Kaepernick. This is me saying, look at the system.
This is an explanation of the game.
This is the game. We fund both sides of the game. That's how we win. That's how we hedge our bet.
Hell yeah.
We'll never lose.
Nope.
Because we funded both sides of the game.
That's right.
That motherfucker.
That's
Hey,
universal law right there.
hey, Porno Mike, the movie producer, he doesn't produce porn. Somebody gave him a weird ass name one day, Porno Mike, and that's been his name ever since. Hey, Zo, you're going to beat me today. There's no way I can beat you physically here. But when I drive off,
I'm going to my nuts.
I have all championship rings. Do you get me? Do you understand? Both sides of the game play in the middle.
We make the rings.
Yeah. But again, man, you suffer for a lack of information. I'm telling you, man. The legal system is the end game. And when you know the law, you would know that. But if you don't, you won't think that. It's the same thing, dude. Somebody coming in and trying to tell you about relationships and they don't know shit about it, but they just heard something and you be like, you don't know shit about relationships. Like, nigga, until you go and learn the same shit that I know, you're not gonna be able to understand what I know about this system. The system is rigged, but if you know the law, it is not rigged. It's rigged for the motherfuckers who don't know the law.
Jeff Brown, and before I come to your rant, Jeff Brown and Kevin, am I wrong for saying celebrating Kaepernick is no different than those sisters going back to that New Jersey hair salon to get the 50% discount from the Asian dude that socked the lady in the mouth?
What happened?
If there was going to be a drive-by, of positive outcome, if some niggas had to just drove by and threw grenades at them heifers that went back. Oh, yeah.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I'm going to put that in the rant.
But wait, y'all saw what happened, right?
No.
The Asian dude punches the sister in the mouth.
Yes.
Now, at the end of the day, Corey broke this down too. The sister was doing some other extracurricular shit too. I'm not saying it was her fault. I'm not saying it was nobody, but she wound up getting punched in the mouth.
Who gets to punch Prima in the mouth?
Nobody gets to punch.
Thank you. No, I don't give a fuck what she was doing.
Yeah, nobody gets to.
Thank you.
But don't ever mention my daughter on the air again, okay? Thank you.
That's right. He's fucking right. And if somebody did, I got a problem with you if you don't call me when you get to go do what you get to do.
So we already understand what happened.
Okay, I don't fuck about what the sister did.
But the point that I'm trying to make here is this. Sister gets punched in the mouth. Brothers come out and protest the Asian store, the beauty salon.
Instead of burning it down.
They protest it in advocacy of the sisters. Well, to counter the protest, the Asian cats 50% sale.
Went and played chess on them.
The sisters show up in strength to get the bundles. And then wind up warring with the brothers who were protesting.
Because the sisters need to save more of their God. They need to save that money.
No, wait. Now watch this. What's the difference? What's the difference in the government handing you a check? What's the difference? What's the difference than the Matrix saying, you know what? I'm going to put you on the cover of Time magazine as Person of the Year. Listen, diversity is a lie. if I get you banging for diversity and asking for diversity, I get to sit and ponder it. The system that is broken in and of itself never gets challenged because your demand for diversity is a request on my desk. On the desk of inequality, I get to say, should I consider, is it time now to increase the amount of diversity?
Come and drop your coin in the diversity well.
So asking for diversity is not dismantling the system of inequality.
At all.
And what did we say? What did we say about demand versus command? When you have command of a situation, it acquiesces to your will. When you are demanding something from the situation, you have no power. All you can do is yell from the rooftops, "Give me mines."
Please.
I will consider your voice
Please.
after tonight's rest.
Yeah.
First, I must sleep on it and ask my God if your God is related in any way.
Are you
You get what I'm saying?
I understand your concerns, but first, those grapes. I would like some grapes.
Those grapes over there, do they have the big robust seeds?
Yes.
Those are the ones I enjoy immensely.
But my lord, our children are hungry.
Your children will find sustenance at some point, but now I am famished. I must nourish myself. How can I nourish you if I do not seek to nourish myself first? I may not be able to decree your feeding.
But my lord, the villagers are hungry enough to eat a bucket of boiled horse hooves, my lord.
Listen, have you ever had horse hoof soup? The brine is amazing.
The brine.
Perhaps, my lord, we should kill one of your horses to make our soup.
If they are still here after weeks of not eating, one more day of no food will not hurt them any further. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go back to a broken system for whole answers.
Well, nothing's going to change, though, until Caucasians are willing to admit their forefathers, or be willing to admit their complicity in their forefathers' hijacking of the continent. And so, until that shit happens,
I flatly disagree with that.
All right, well, look, this is what we got to do.
Let me.
Go ahead.
So, again, that goes back to the white privilege thing. What I'm saying is they're not going to relinquish the white privilege. That whole thing gives them the leg up. And so until that changes, until they're willing to say, until they come out and they say, look, yeah, this is, we robbed you, we robbed this whole continent, we fucked up the whole goddamn shit. How do you expect the system to change? The system is not, it'll fall first with Trump in there, but that's more so their karma because they're unwilling to admit
it's
that
more
shit.
likely that the system will fall before they go in and change it.
Exactly.
Now, this is Antonio Moore's angle too. Antonio Moore's angle is we need transformative government. We need transformative politics. But this is where I get to call most white people who live really good a fucking hypocrite. Because you can't be on some old, especially the liberal whites.
Oh, they're the worst.
You can't be on some old, I'm down with motherfucking Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said, there comes a time when silence is a betrayal. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends.
Right.
Only in the darkness can you see the stars. Now, that's Martin Luther King. You know how many liberal white people want to piggyback off of his philosophy and what he had to say, but you're not finna give up the wealth your family inherited from slavery.
Right.
Well, I wasn't there 150 years ago. It don't mean you're not still living off of the energy and the wealth of that.
Tell me what in every country that today, there's no country that you can live in where you can knowingly receive stolen goods and keep those goods and then not go to jail.
And
That's called accessory after the fact. in any fucking country.
Every time there's an injustice, mobs of white people should, and I'm not saying that there haven't been. Listen, during the civil rights movement, white people were there. There were some white people.
The Underground Railroad didn't run through Ladera Heights, nigga.
No.
But I'm just saying, because I don't want to paint the picture that white people
Don't do right.
No.
What I'm saying is,
White folks hung right with us when they were caught on the Underground Railroad.
right, and I'm saying white people in mass.
Yes.
Because when you look at Antonio Moore's information in terms of the wealth gap, that shit is fucking. It's 12 million white families with $1 million liquid.
Yes.
When you start looking at the higher numbers, the numbers of white families that got 10 million, what the fuck? 10 million or more. You know what you need to get into the top 1% of black families? I done memorized this motherfucking goddamn 67-page report.
A nice car and 2 jet skis.
2 cans of Campbell soup.
Nigga, shit. Do you know how much money you need to get into the top 1%, the bougie nigga zone, the top 1% of black families?
Couple 100,000.
300,000. Solid.
Get the fuck out of here.
300,000.
That is so sad.
300 grand. Solid.
That's counting Jay-Z.
You top 1%, nigga. You bougie.
That's counting
George
Oprah.
Jefferson.
That's
Nigga,
counting over.
You George out here, nigga.
Right.
You
You hood rich.
shimmying on
There's a
niggas.
famous line on the Jefferson where he was talking on somebody that told him about some people, a white dude, and he said he's a millionaire, and then George said, "So what? I'm a thousandaire."
Do you see what I'm saying? So when we talk about inequality, we have to talk about the inequality of all things. The inequality of criminality.
Yeah.
A motherfucking black boy born to a single mother is born a potential criminal in the eyes of this system.
Right.
That's what the prison, the pipeline situation, nigga, we gon' get you. We gon' get you either with student debt, because you fought and begged and borrowed and stole to get through this motherfucker, or we gonna get some money off your bed in this prison system.
Yep.
You born a criminal. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still white. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning into the fucking voice of reason, I am him, Zoe Williams. This is the ZoWhat Morning Show. My morning show edition of what we do is socio-political. It's angry. But we have guests. My man Kevin Barringer, the wordsmith of the Highland Barringers. We have Timmy Tightop, the one who keeps the libations flowing, the juices, the liquidation of our souls and beings.
The nectar that we imbibe.
Libations.
And then we have the comedian, Jeffrey Brown.
How about it?
He suffers from multiple personality disorder, but he is one of the most intelligent young men.
I'm about to make all the motherfuckers go get some money. That's it. All you retarded bastards in here.
All of his
owe me some
personalities are intelligent.
All of his personalities are intelligent, with the exception of
money.
Cardinal Dale.
Cardinal Dale.
Oh, my Lord.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the section of the show where we introduce Jeff Brown's intellectual rant. We're going to get out of his way so he can fire it up. This is a church sermon by Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown.
A couple months ago, I was playing Monopoly with my kids. And before I started, I said, hey, I got an idea. You know, you're supposed to give everybody $1,500. Then we all got to go around the board once and start buying property. I have a better idea. Which one of you wants $5,000, but you don't get to buy any property? And he thought about it for a second. $5,000? I said, yeah. 3 times how much, more than 3 times what I give you to play, you get to have. But you can't never buy no property. What would that make you? A constant, go ahead, say it. A constant consumer. Exactly. If you don't own shit on this board and all you ever do is go around and make money to give back, you're a feeder. There's a plan coming for the feeders.
Agenda 21.
Porno Mike just said what America is doing. I'm wrong, but I'm white. That's white folk talk. But what the fuck you gonna do, nigga?
Bitch ass nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, we done killed that dude for them loose cigarettes. The fuck you gonna do, nigga? Yeah, we done killed a little boy for some Skittles. What the fuck you gonna do, nigga? Yeah, Tamir Rice, the fuck you gonna do, nigga? And they keep poking you and keep poking you, and we keep backing up. We backed up this far. In 1992, I believe it was, a brother got beat down and the cops who did it were acquitted. Niggas tore LA up over a beat down.
Oh, man.
Fast forward to 2018, and there is a string of dead bodies that we ain't done shit about. You know why? The fuck you gonna do, nigga? We done put this shit in your water. We done put this shit in your food to dummy you motherfuckers down and pacify you to the point where there was a brother who just got beat and you went off. And now we killing you in the street and all you can do is back up and give us the if it was a black person argument. That is the lamest shit. I will not, starting today, ever participate in the if they was black argument. How much more do you need to see? How many more white people do you need to see standing next to brothers in trees and they smiling like they just caught a big fucking fish?
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Everything you see is owned. Everything. Go outside and look around. Everything. The pavement you walking on is owned by a motherfucker who paid somebody who owned the business that laid the pavement. Every store you go in is owned by someone. Those shelves were built by a motherfucker who owns a company that builds shelves. So what does that make you in this system? You going around the board with $3,000 cash and nothing to sell. Nike done this with Kaepernick, and everybody's happy. You know what I think Nike's doing? They're going to be on the right side of history. What Nike is doing is not about stocks now. Nike is not. Nike is betting on the long money.
The long game, baby.
Okay, because when Muhammad Ali was at the prime of his life and said, "No, I will not go to Vietnam, and I know you ain't gonna have me doing nothing but exhibitions over there, but that's me co-signing this bullshit you on, so I'm not gonna do it." Do you know who his number one antagonizers were? Jasper ass shade tree house coons talking about how he was unpatriotic. Muhammad Ali did not get to be the great man he was until the generation who came after the white people who oppressed him. The generation who came after the Jasper ass shade tree house coons who had shit in their mouth for him. Jesus. So that you can look at your ancestors and say, they was wrong, but I ain't. And that they was wrong, but I ain't is the same shit that white folks ride all the way to the fucking bank. The Asian sisters, the sisters of you, I'm speaking directly to you. Those of you who know them, those of you who have heard of them, the sisters that went back to that Asian store to buy hair after the brothers stood up for you.
No, it was while the brothers stood up.
While the brothers were standing up for you. Do you know who you are? If you're unclear, I want you to watch Godfather. Number 1, you're Fredo. And you need to take a fucking boat ride. Oh God, am I sorry that gang members kill other black people? Oh God, am I sorry that innocent children wind up in the morgue over bullshit?
Yes, Lord.
If I could just change one of them instances and have some niggas ride by and mow you heifers down.
Heifer mo.
If this was the mob, you would get 2 in the back of the fucking head. Because you are a part of the problem. Niggas like you and niggas like you, sisters, need to be marched to the end of the earth and kicked the fuck off if it is indeed flat.
Let's ask Kyrie Irving.
Is he really believes that shit? Corporations are when groups of white folks get together to decide to be inhuman. Whenever you hear it's just business, some regular motherfucker just got fucked over. Whenever you hear, well, we closing the GM plant down because it's just business, thousands of regular motherfuckers are who get fucked over. Watch that it's just business shit that you keep hearing. Oh, it's just business. This is just about business. Oh, it's only business. It's never your business. That's the problem. Serena.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
Serena, mama. First off, fuck all you horrible niggas that have anything to say about her looks. Okay? The only dudes that don't find Serena sexy are the dudes that have never talked about fucking through their teeth. Ooh,
What?
tear that mother. Anybody, the brothers that do
There
this.
we go. Motherfucker.
I would tear that motherfucker up. Them cats ain't got no problem with her. Those of you who've never baby calved a woman, y'all the ones that got issues with that. Those are the ones that
Tell
look at
them
her.
what baby calf is.
Okay, yeah, baby calving, for those of you who don't know, baby calving is when you have sex with a woman and it is so incredible for her that she gets up and walks like a baby calf. Have you ever seen a newborn baby calf? If you've never done that, then you
Staggered
probably
hoof.
have a problem with yes. Now, with that out of the way, with Serena being the Michael Jordan of tennis, let me get all that out the way. Here's my problem.
This is
Serena?
a long-ass rant. Hurry up.
Serena lost. Serena lost, but what she lost most important was her cool.
Yeah, that happened.
She went looking for the equality of whites. It doesn't exist. You lost your cool. You immediately validated the overwhelming notion that most sisters don't understand. Wait till we get in the car. That's exactly what that energy was. It was and another thing, motherfucker. Unless and until you can put and another thing, motherfucker, in a box. Most of you should put it in a box and treat it like the Tesseract in fucking X-Men and drop that shit, and the Transformers drop that shit in the ocean.
You done named 8 movies that the Tesseract ain't in.
Okay, well,
Avengers.
Did you go to see Transformers? They dropped some shit in the bottom of the ocean in one of them movies, which is what you need to do with the inability to wait until we get in the fucking car. I'm done.
Okay, thank you, because it was really good. But the show is over. Long ass rants. I felt like I was at first AME. Like,
Well,
The show is over.
You do recognize that the length of the rant is inversely proportional to how much I interrupt, because I wrote shit down. I wrote the shit
it better
down.
not be.
Yeah.
It better not be,
It better
motherfucker.
not be.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the ZoWhat Morning Show on Dash Talk X. So many people get offended by the conversations that we have.
She was called a cheater. What was she supposed to do? She was supposed to shut the fuck up and play tennis. Just play the game. These motherfuckers,
Hold on. You just jumped right in while we were resetting the show.
I'm sorry. Well, somebody put something in the chat room. What was she supposed to do?
Let me just say,
fuck out of here.
No one in radio knows what you're talking about now.
Okay.
You just started going off.
All right.
Are you okay?
All right.
You sure?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You fine?
I can say this to me. I don't have to say it to y'all.
Yes.
That's all right.
Let's see how it would. Can we hear how you would say it to yourself?
Shit. I'm talking to myself in the car in traffic like most motherfuckers do. Them niggas ain't shit. Well, I'll say this shit right now. I don't give a fuck. The truth is personal. The truth is personal. That's my new shit. The truth is personal. I don't have to share my truth with you. It's going to be true to me whether I say it to you or not.
Fuck you niggas.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Fuck you niggas.
Oh shit, that's funny, nigga. That's funny. So listen, we're back, the ZoWhat Morning Show, and again, we have these uncomfortable conversations. Number one, when good shit happened to black people that has been bestowed upon them from this particular society, you're seen as a hater if you question it.
How about it?
If this society says we acknowledge this particular Negro,
This particular porch monkey.
this Negro has shown a mettle, a testicular fortitude that is
Never before seen.
that is quite admirable. We shall acknowledge him with gifts. And then if the other niggas around him go, hey, wait a minute. They just throwing us a bone to throw us off the motherfucking trail.
Right.
You shut your bitch ass up. Don't get in the fucking way of this nigga eating his motherfucking
Bone.
shit. Hating ass nigga. No, it's questioning. Where there is a lack of questioning, there is a lack of intelligence.
How about it?
There
How
is
about
no.
it?
There's. I'm not mad. Somebody got a deal. Get more deals, but question the intention of the deal offered, because America ain't never offered no deals without strings.
When Satan makes you a plate, saying your grace ain't enough.
Satan, what are we having? Wait, Jeff Brown, you're Satan. You're Satan now. Jeff Brown.
Yes.
Satan, what are we having for dinner this evening?
I am so glad you asked, Lotto. Tonight, we're having boiled Vietnamese baby eyes.
Wait, hold. Boiled baby Vietnamese baby eyes.
With the guts of refugees, refugee guts,
Refugee guts.
served over noodles made from lice and the hair of homeless white people.
Don't forget the Negro chutney.
And a little Negro chutney. I wasn't going to put Negro chutney on the fucking menu because I wanted it for myself. But this bitch behind me is spoken in anger. The devil.
Now,
Enjoy.
Jeff Brown,
Yes.
would you please summon Cardinal Dale to bless this wonderful meal?
I do wonder how you know about how we are together. But at any rate, Cardinal Dale.
Cardinal Dale?
How the fuck did I get in hell? I was just getting some snow tires. I was going to go by Adita's house, pick her up, maybe take her down to this goddamn jamboree going on this evening. Goddamn, I'm in hell. Well, shit. Well, since I'm here, I might as well say, okay, Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. Can I say Heavenly Father down here? Heavenly Father. Well, thank you for this meal of Vietnamese baby eyes and guts. Lord, I ain't never had no Vietnamese baby eyes and guts, so if you could send a special prayer to my intestinal tract as I take this shit down, and shit would make it. All right, shit, I'm down here with Satan, Lord. I don't know. I got here. Jesus Christ, amen.
Cardinal Dale.
Yes, my child. What's on your mind?
Cardinal Dale.
Yes,
Yes, my child.
Did you forget that Lucifer is one of God's sons? And that's why you...
Lucifer's one of God's sons. What the fuck that got to do with it? Bobby Brown was one of New Edition. David Ruffin was one of the Temptations. Eddie Kane. Bobby Brown, I said this. I tell you something. I said this long before I was a cardinal. Bobby Brown is the Eddie Kane of New Edition. I said it, goddamn. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Because he, okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, those of you understand my voice, let me explain why Lucifer being in heaven is so important with you Bible bumpers out there. You do understand the difference between you and the devil is that the devil is mentioned in the book by name. Your monkey ass ain't.
Cardinal Dale.
You don't know. I don't give a shit how you read that book. Backwards, forwards, up, down, left, right, Hebrew, Aramaic. You do not know the Lord like the devil does.
Like the devil.
Well, thank you for grace, Cardinal Dale.
God damn it.
Dale. We need to get back today's topic,
All right,
man.
he's going back now. I'm still working on my date with Adita. I'm getting my Earth, Wind, and Fire record. Would you mind? If I touch in the same and the same and night.
Okay, Cardinal Dale.
Felt this way in my heart before. Love.
Cardinal
Found
Dale.
its way in my heart tonight, Adita.
Cardinal.
I'm sorry, what? Get my son.
You're a cardinal. You can't have sex.
Says who? You know how much pussy the St. Louis Cardinals get? I'm a cardinal from St. Louis. St. Louis Cardinal.
Oh my God.
Nobody told me all this shit.
The
Okay.
Arizona
Okay.
Cardinals.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 45 minutes since I last had some pussy.
You
I'm getting pussy.
You about to ruin your cardinalship, man. Be quiet.
Whatever.
Here we go.
Dress nice, Adita, because it's going down this evening like 4 fat tires.
True or false? You can't discuss the United States without discussing racial, systematic, structural inequality.
How about it? How about it?
This form of inequality is the very foundation of our nation.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to hear that again. True or false? You cannot discuss the United States without discussing racial, systematic, structural inequality. This form of inequality is the very foundation of our nation.
How about it?
So when we have these kinds of conversations, why are we seen as radical or disrespectful or you understand what I'm saying? Oh, this is racist. First off, why would this be racist
Right.
when we're pointing out what's really happening in America today? There is white privilege complicity going on.
Right.
Like, oh, I feel bad for all of the brown folks that have suffered. I'm sorry. I feel bad.
I just ain't giving up none of my shit.
But I'm
Never.
ever giving up quiche. I'm not. I just cannot do it. Okay? If your freedom and my quiche is on the line,
My gluten-free quiche.
my gluten-free vegan quiche.
Hey, it's Darrell Bell here. I don't quote Homer Simpson much, but something he said makes a whole bunch of sense and poignant right here.
Who is this?
White folks,
Is this Travis or Dale?
Dale.
if you want to talk to Travis, it's just a phone call. It's real simple. I'm
Travis Bickle in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Zoe Williams? It's
I'm
been
all
a
right.
while.
It's been a long time,
Driving
Travis.
this goddamn truck.
Are you on Total Package Energy, Travis?
Let me tell you something. I'm on a total package IV, goddammit. That shit's fantastic. Tell you another thing, man. There's another side effect of this shit. Makes your dick so hard a cat can't scratch it. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Sorry, Travis. Could you continue? Jesus.
I done forgot what the fuck I was going to say now. God damn it.
All right, leave us. Leave us. But I'm just saying, this whole show is just to point out the freewheeling way Americans, in particular, white folk.
Oh, just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand.
We'll go there we go.
Just because I don't care don't mean I don't. I get it. Oh, it's horrible for you. I just don't give a fuck.
But why should they?
Exactly.
Why should they?
They shouldn't. Anytime we have all the power, we just give it away. We have all the fucking power.
Yeah, niggas don't give a fuck either about themselves. So.
No,
But listen, but now we're going into something really deep. How do you take the power back?
by
From those who have raped you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, culturally, psychologically. How do you take your power back?
Here's how. You keep playing football like everything is cool, all the way up to the Super Bowl. And then you take the coin toss, you take the kickoff, and you run haul ass towards each other, and you get to the 50-yard line, drop the ball, and walk the fuck off the field and get in your cars and go home. You start financial and you throw a dart and go bam. Oh, it hit target.
Hold on. So you niggers, you not gonna play the game?
Nope.
I was under the impression that we had some special niggers
Right.
that were handpicked by our institutions, NAACP, HBCU, and other institutions out there. I was told that we had some gatekeeper niggers that were going to, funnel some more docile, compliant niggers into this system that would keep us afloat. Now,
Exactly.
what has happened? We need to get some of our agents in here. We need to call in some of our reverends, some of those folks that...
Get a hold of these other niggers.
Is there a pastor we can talk to? Because we learned this from Margaret Sanger many years ago. The church is quite compliant as long as you keep them with a little bit of piece of change.
One of these things is fine, the way that you are doing your life, Mr. Anderson. The other one is not.
It's not fine.
It's not fine.
No, it isn't.
This concept that you're going to unify after we have Manchurian candidated all you rich niggers with money, that is the trance we've put you under.
Oh, yes. Yes.
This concept that you are going to take your power back by taking control of your cool, we cannot have that, Mr. Anderson.
There's a name for what you call it when they come in and they give you money in order to make you forget or to corrupt you. Financial terrorism. In Zeitgeist 2,
Oh, yeah.
he talks about that. There was a guy who was a financial terrorist for America, and how he would talk about how they would destabilize countries.
Yes.
They would go in and they would send a financial terrorist first, basically somebody with a gang of money to go in there and corrupt the leader of the country. Then if they couldn't do that, then they would send in jackals and then ultimately assassinate them if they couldn't get them, if they couldn't topple the government. But that's what they do to niggas. they financially terrorist niggas. So they come in if you've been wronged, and if you're somebody who's very magnetic and who can get a lot of people behind you, they come in right away. Boom.
Here's some bread.
Yep.
Here's some change.
Like, here you go, nigga.
Here.
In order to either stop, in order to stop the uprise or to direct the uprise the way they want it to go.
The way they want it to go. Right. True or false? Systematic inequality is one that is perpetuated through social, economic, political institutions, which result in the climate that is absent of explicit inequality, but is reinforced through laws, public policy, et cetera, is the system of inequality a ramification of maintaining dominance within any given society? Of course it is. Of course it is.
I ain't giving up my seat, nigga. You got to get to the back.
Motherfuckers.
Nigga, you want to get me to give up my seat in front of the 60-inch? Nigga, no.
Again,
Nigga,
this is why niggas are born snitches. Because the system can always cut you a check.
Yep. Like George Soros and Black Lives Matter. When they financial terrorism, they come in, they see something they can take and boom.
How much money do you need, nigga?
It's fantastic what you black people are doing here.
How much money do you need, nigga, to shut all of this shit up?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, because here's the thing. First comes the money. Then comes the mayhem.
Yep.
Now, if you accept the money, you can avoid the mayhem.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I understand what it is that you're doing. You're very charismatic, and I see what's happening. It's a grassroots thing happening here. But let me explain something. You're a little close to something that you don't really know about. How much money do you need to just shut the fuck up and go away?
Right.
Now, that's the nice offer. And with the nice offer, there is no
hitman
turning down that offer. Okay, so when you turn down that offer, then we know how to proceed from that point forward. So just
from the big smack hand.
Hey, special messianic Negro.
Right.
How much money?
Yeah.
Special messianic
As a
Negro.
matter of fact, what the get down is I'm having this meeting with you, and if I don't make a phone call when I leave here, these motherfuckers is going to drop the hammer on you.
Right.
I have to stop.
Right.
We've
It's
already
in
set
motion.
the hammer.
Yep. It's already in motion.
The hammer is coming like this. I gotta go. What was the movie
Like, nigga,
with Ed Harris and Gary Oldman? It was a great mob movie. With
Harris?
Sean Penn. He played the State of Grace.
I was about to say.
State of Grace.
Niggas naming every actor in America.
Gary Oldman played this crazy Irish dude that was Ed Harris's younger brother. And Ed Harris had to go take a meeting with the mobsters. He told his brothers, look, if I'm there longer than 45 minutes and I don't call you,
you know what's
you
happening.
come down here and rattle these motherfuckers.
You know what's happening.
What happened? He didn't get the chance to make the phone call. They were coming out. And Gary Oldman goes, wait, it's not a hit, it's not a hit, it's not a hit, it's not a hit.
No, we're good here. We're good here. They took the check.
Yeah, exactly.
They accepted
because it was on the way. When Whitey come to you with a deal, he done already set the dogs loose.
So let me tell you my theory in regaining your power back from an oppressive system. You break up with their fucking beliefs.
About it.
Their standards. You break up with their standards. I don't believe shit you say about anything.
Nut.
Because who was the guy? Lawrence Gardner?
Yep.
Who is the official
archivist.
The official archivist for the royal family, the genealogist for them as well, just say, you're related to this motherfucker, to this motherfucker, all the way back.
Yep.
In his, what is the Grail Kings book, he said his history is a tool for manipulation. The powerful get to say what happened.
Yes.
Even if it's a fucking lie, it's never true. It's always a story.
Yep. Misinformation. That is a major weapon that they use against you. Niggas.
Why in the fuck? Why in the blue flaming fuck would I ever tell you who you really are?
Seriously.
For what?
Where's the upside for me, nigga?
That's like the 23andMe. I'll tell you what, you give me $100, I'll show you where I stole you from.
Yeah, well, if I tell you, nigga, that the last, you used to rule the world just the last time for almost 1,000 years, what good would that do me for you to know that?
To remind you of some shit
like that.
You do know you used to rule all this shit. That's
for close to 1,000
That's why
years.
Marcus was tripping earlier when we was on the basketball court, and I told the white dudes, because it was all black guys against white guys on the court. I was like, oh shit, this ain't never happened. It's the Moors against the Knight Templars.
There you go, nigga.
And fucking Buddy stood up. Buster was his name. Buster was like, hey, no, we lost that. No,
we lost that.
I fuck with Buster.
Buster was like,
Buster knows.
We don't want to see the Moors again.
No,
that's what he said.
That game was 174-6. We don't want that
He
again.
said that
more
shit.
Than that.
Buster
more than that.
said that. I couldn't believe it. Buster said, no. We don't want to be that.
We
no.
got our asses whooped.
We'll just be the white guys against y'all.
Nigga,
we don't.
Nigga, the Moors had hundreds of raids, nigga, and we only maybe lost a couple.
Right.
Out of hundreds of raids, nigga. Like,
Right.
So,
and then here come the dick downs.
and right. And then I'm not trying to make this up, I'm not trying to make this up,
You don't
black,
need to.
yeah, black against white.
You don't need
all
to.
that bullshit or whatever. But let me come back though. So for descendants of slavery, DOS, aka African Americans, nobody know what the fuck to call us, right?
Prisoners of war.
Prisoners of war, all that shit, right?
Or whatever. Yeah.
And they say, oh, you from West Africa. But if you start doing the research, you'll find that Yoruba, Ifa, what later got, went over to the Caribbeans and the South America and turned into Santeria and Juju and voodoo. All that's just related.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right? All of it's related.
It's a bunch of men trying to contact God.
You take Yoruba, it's related. All the South African belief systems. You look Credo Mutwa.
Man.
He said, what you guys consider Egypt, their original belief system came from South Africa.
Yep.
You look at the Mali, the Dogons of Mali. Well, these motherfuckers were Egyptian.
Yes.
They just left Egypt, went west, and established this culture, the Dogons.
Molly, not to be confused with the drink. We have people who might confuse it. We have people,
Listen. No one would confuse the Dogon of Mali.
But it's funny because the Egyptians, though, they were from Abyssinia, so that's the whole thing. The Egyptian culture, that was from the Abyssinians.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All of these belief centers, these cultural belief centers all over Africa are somehow related ideologically.
Yes.
All I'm saying is you don't know your shit no more
Yes.
because you done bought into a belief from the oppressor. He's made any connection to the continent meaningless, right?
Serious.
On their end and our end. They come over here, they, meaning Africans, be looking at us sideways because they've been cultured to look at us sideways. Remember,
you motherfuckers are lazy.
they've been colonized over there.
I do not like you people here. I am not from America.
Again, the most educated people that come to America from other countries, you know who they are?
Who are they?
Nigerians.
Nigerians,
And that's more than any Asian country. That's more than India.
Lawyers,
It's
doctors.
Nigerians.
But also learn your history here. You were here first. This is your
Come on, bro.
this is your
Come
continent.
Come on.
That's the big lie that they want to keep from you. That's actually why they will associate you with Africa. That's why they call you African American, because that takes away your connection to this continent, so that you'll never come back and try to get your rights back. So look at Kyrie. He just went and accepted his Native American heritage. He went and did, I forgot what it was, but he went up there and did his whole Native American thing. If you just go and look back, most of you will find that your history comes back from here.
Sure.
What's that joke Martin said that all black people talk about? I got Indian in my family. That's real shit.
You got it. See, and I just be looking at niggas. You got Indian or India?
Right.
Because the white man who called them Indians
Right.
was confused.
Thank you.
Right.
Right.
Do you see? That is
Yes.
I bought into what he said was true.
Yeah.
Even when I'm wrong,
Even when
I'm all white.
when you
I'm still white.
when you use the term Indian to refer to the native individuals of this country who were native after you.
And you're actually Aboriginal to
Yes.
this landmass.
All right, listen, man. We just been rolling. Sorry. We gotta
Get the fuck outta here.
wrap it up.
Orange do.
This is just a conversation. Don't be afraid. Let's all have these conversations. Don't be bitchy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're motherfucking, you get a yeast infection because we're having a conversation, fuck you.
Have another Vietnamese baby eyeball.
Jesus. Let's continue these I'm sorry. Let's continue these open-ended conversations. We don't know everything. We're probably off 95% of what the fuck we're talking about.
What do we know?
But you know what? We love to have the discussion. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the ZoWhat Morning Show. It's a weekly show. We'll be back next Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We appreciate everybody for calling in. Thank you so much for all of the pre-orders. I think we got about 6. I asked for 100, but no. Okay, cool. Much love. I appreciate everybody. I'll see you guys later on tonight on The Voice of Reason. Deuces.